Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dead Men Talking podcast. It's me, the GREG, the former champion with the bastard that took it from me. But before I get into that, season 2 wrap up. We're going to talk about the final episode, Convergence, from The Last of Us that aired on Sunday. Damn it, now we got to find a new show to watch. But first off, before we get any further, joining me, he is the current reigning Reggie Simpson Memorial Predictions Champion. He is Kendango, aka Horace Renoir. What's going on, champ?
What's going on, Mongo? I apologize for the way I sound, folks. Got a little bit of head cold. Cookies, what's good? C&K, the Kangs, the dang langs. We here, baby. The Kangs is here, damn it.
Oh, my God. You two are going to be hell to deal with. Jesus.
Hey, listen. It ain't our fault that, the Kangs got the belts for right now. You know what I'm saying? And because I am the king, because I am the greatest, I even put on the shirt to let you know that I am the greatest of all time.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to be unbearable for this next week. I'm going to be unbearable because I'm probably not going to win this bitch back until like November.
I'm just saying Rocky Marciano exists.
You know what I mean? Like, right. I'm probably not going to win this shit back till like November, so I'm taking everything I can right now. So,
yep. Hey man, it's your Christmas in the summer. A little earlier than July, but it's Christmas in the summer for you. It's okay.
Exactly. I mean, it was warm earlier. It got cold now, but it was warm earlier, so I'll take that.
Yeah. No, we ain't dead, Batty. No, we had to take a night off last night. I saw that some shit went down with Mike and Matt while they were on. I tuned in for a little bit. Some people on YouTube were trying to defend Vince, and they tore their asses up.
Oh, the one night I wasn't there,
brother. Like it's not illegal what he did. I'm like, shut up, Jesus! Get off the man's sack for 5 seconds. Good God.
It's not illegal what he did. Transporting someone across state lines for never mind. Let me never mind. That's all right. Lawyers will handle that.
Exactly. Yes. Let's not get ourselves involved in that shit.
Right.
Y'all pissed off. Yeah, I saw y'all responding to that shit. You gotta say proud of y'all for just nipping that shit in the bud real quick. Good God. Yeah, I tuned in and I was like, let's see how this is going. And it's Matt and Mike telling someone to go fuck themselves in the chat. Like, okay.
Well.
All right.
Well.
Later, then 5 seconds later, it's deserved. It's fair. All right, never mind.
Okay.
But yeah, we're here to talk a little bit about The Last of Us Season 2. Mike is going to join us shortly. But right now it's me and Kenny. And Kenny, you've been away for most of this season. We got you on. We at least got a clip from you reacting to Joel's death early on in the season.
Yes.
And then I think you and Mike had an episode without me.
Yes, sir.
So now we're at the end of the season. Before we kind of get into the whole episode, what did you think of season 2 of The Last of Us?
Season 2 of Last of Us, honestly, was a tearjerker for me. Because it honestly showed the struggle that most parents have with their teenage child, let alone most dads have with their teenage daughters, trying to connect with them. And as a proud father of a gabillion daughters, not this play. As a proud father of daughters, there is a time where, as a dad, it becomes difficult to connect to my daughters. I want to protect them and make sure they're always okay, but at the same time, letting them loose and letting them be themselves is scary. It's scary. Like, it scares me out of my mind to know that I have 2 of-age daughters right now that if they decided, hey, Dad, we want to get married, there is nothing I can say about that. That scares the shit out of me. because they're always going to be my babies. So
Right.
the fact that they can actually do that without me scares me. The fact that my oldest daughter just today, she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Jamaica next week." What? What do you mean? I'm not going to Jamaica. Oh yeah, you're an adult. You can do it. So it's it's scary when you have to realize you have to let go of your child, and when fathers have to let go of their daughters. And this whole season was about Joel finally starting to come into that understanding of letting Ellie go. And unfortunately for Joel, he's a rough individual. So his way of letting go is a completely different way of what other people may consider letting go. But this season was there were very few episodes this season where I wasn't doing this.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
few episodes this season where I wasn't, wiping my eyes and stuff like that. So I this was where season one was action packed. This one was hands down the most emotional season, I think, because you're finding out Ellie is coming into her own as a person, her sexuality, her knowing about what happened actually in the hospital. You got Joel dealing with finally telling Ellie, trying to make it up to her, trying not to be overbearing, but trying to be there to help her. You got the toxic Avenger and Dina, who getting pregnant and with everybody in the town. It's a very emotional season, none to say the less. You know what I am happy about? I'm not gonna lie. At one point, the way Dina used to talk about Joel and how much she loved and missed him, I was like, don't tell me Joel hit that.
God. Yeah, that would be a little weird. That would be
Right.
a little strange.
I was like, don't tell me Joel hit that. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, so when we found out it was Jesse's baby, I was like, all right, all right, all right, all right. I ain't got to worry about that no more. But it, yeah, this season was Ellie watching Joel get killed, her feeling like she never got a chance to reconcile. It was a lot. It was a lot this season.
Yeah.
And now we got to worry about this motherfucker like we care.
Yeah. I knew when this season started out, I was like, all right, this season's gonna piss off a lot of people because when the second game came out, immediately people were upset. What do you mean Joel's dead? What do you mean I gotta play as Abby? I don't give a fuck about Abby. And I think that feeling might transfer to season three. We're like, I don't want to watch Abby.
It
I don't.
in May.
And it may not. And to the actress's credit, she's doing a great job as Abby. She's a very good actress. Clearly, it's just it's a tough role, and it's tough to make people that were watching and they were sticking with Joel and Ellie for all these episodes. Um, it is tough, even when she has a right to get revenge. When we're watching it through their eyes up to this point, you don't
We
really
still
care
don't
about it.
care.
Yeah, you don't really care
Yeah.
about it. Anytime you any show that's like a tragedy, where like your main character does some bad shit and eventually gets to come up and but you still don't want to see them get like Breaking Bad or Sons of Anarchy or whatever, or fucking The Wire. Like anytime you see someone that's been involved in that kind of lifestyle, they're gonna get theirs. It doesn't
Yeah.
make it easy when it happens. And this is something where not only do you see them get what's coming to them, but now you're going to spend a whole season looking through the eyes of the person that did it before we get any real satisfactory ending.
Like, my thing is this: if that's the case, that you wanted to get us to look through the eyes of Abby, you should have did that episode 2 of this season. You should have kind of switched over to Abby early in the episode. Like, and the season finale being them finally catching up with Joel. That should have been the way it went. Like,
and that's how I thought they were gonna do it, because I was like, if they kill Joel off like immediately, what are they gonna do this season? And then the season was Ellie trying to like get some support to go off and find it. And I was like, all right, well, how long are they gonna spend in this season having her hunt Abby? Because I knew what was coming as far as what happened in this episode, and I was like, is that like the halfway point of this season? And then I saw that no, we're doing 2 more seasons of this, and I was like, God damn it, we're gonna stretch this shit out. Okay, like I thought the perspective of Abby was going to be 2 episodes at most, and instead that's because we did 1 season and 1 game, or did 1 game was 1 season. So I was like, season 2, the whole second game, I guess, right? No, and I don't know if after next season, when we have to do Abby's perspective, I don't know if we have enough for a 4th season to really like give you like a full good experience. At a certain point, I'm worried that we could like start dragging towards the end. That's my
exactly. That's why I said if you wanted to talk about Abby, this should have been the season that you did for Abby, and leading up to her finding Joel. That should have been Joel's death should have been the season finale.
Yeah, I figured. I've seen a lot of people say that. Yeah. It's definitely not just you feeling that way.
Right, like you let us know who Abby was by episode 1. You let us know that she has this group that's hunting for him. Okay. Episode 2, they find Joel and kill his ass. You could have had Abby go from episode 1 all the way to episode 5. Backstory, everything. Get what you need to get in from episode 1 to episode 5. Since there's 7 episodes this season. Episode 6 and 7 could have been an intertwine of Ellie and Joel going off, and episode 7, them finding Joel and killing Joel. Now the next season is Ellie hunting down Abby.
Yeah.
Because when we want to come back.
Well, like when this show was, as it was airing, and I was talking to you, and I was like, I think after Joel's death, I said to you and Mike, I was like, I think the next 2 episodes are probably going to be Abby's perspective, because they've been kind of giving us that in the first 2 episodes. So like the first episode starts with Abby and her crew burying the dead, and then wanting to go find this guy and get revenge. Episode 2 starts with them being in that building where they would end up killing Joel, trying to figure out how to get into Jackson Hole and all these other things, and seeing Abby accidentally cause the horde to wake up. So I was like, all right, 3 and 4 probably Abby's perspective, and instead,
no,
a whole 7 episodes of Abby. It's a lot.
I'm gonna be honest. No one gives a shit about Wolf. People are more interested in the fucking Seraphim.
Because they're insane. Because I love that. I did like that. I think it was the 3rd episode when we kind of see them like walking around, and you see them like, oh, so what do the whistles mean? Like, oh, this means this and this, and then we see them we just kind of see their bodies, like, oh, they got killed. That's sad.
Right.
And viewers are like, oh, I can't believe they just killed these innocent people. And people that play the game are like, yeah, that's what you should have done. Yeah, that's what they deserve.
Like, them motherfuckers is crazy. Yeah. And then we find out later on they out here gutting people for no damn reason. So
as they're gutting them as they're hanging them. Like, they're still like alive, choking. Like, it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. I'm gonna be dead. I'm just gonna kick Abby's ass. Yeah, she's So let's get into it, and then we'll kind of get more into the rest of it as we hit the end of the show. So this starts off with Jesse going around with Abby in Seattle. They're trying to find Tommy, and before that,
With
Jesse's kind of trying to talk to Dina about what's going on. Offers her some alcohol because like, hey, you're gonna need this because I'm gonna pull this air out of your leg.
Ellie.
Nope,
She's
don't want it.
no. And he's like, well, all right then, fine, fuck it. Yeah, you know what? Take this shit then, since you want to be a fucking badass. He just kind of rams it on through.
Yep. You know what? Shh, that's the one little stab extra. That's what you get. That's
right. Like, fucker. Trying to help your punk ass. Well,
and
we know why she can't drink.
Well, and that's the thing is like you, me, and Mike were like the second she started like getting a little weird. We're like, is she pregnant? And then she went to go take a piss in the drugstore. Like, okay, she's pregnant.
The minute she threw up randomly from seeing that dead body, we were like, oh, she's pregnant.
Yeah, like,
because
like
she didn't.
A few bodies made her do that. Okay,
right, like, because she done killed how many people already? Maybe. How many fucking like that's gonna make her okay? Whatever.
She was just off on like a little adventure with Abby on their patrol, like happy to go kill shit and see like, like it was Jesse pretty much immediately, like the second she says I don't need any alcohol, he was like,
all right, something up.
Well, okay. I'm a dad. I guess I'm a dad.
He made a yes, and Ellie wound up confirming that shit.
Man, yeah. So they're walking around, and Jesse's like, I know the way you two love each other, and it's y'all love each other more than I can love her, and you're like, just say it, just say it, just say it,
right?
And he says, I know that she told you that she's pregnant, and she didn't tell me. And she says, Ellie says, dude, she's gonna tell you, and then you see Jesse's face, like, well, okay, that's the confirmation,
right?
Like, Ellie, for the love of God.
Right, there goes those social cues she can't pick up for. Like, come on now. And she was like, "Oh fuck, you didn't know you were guessing?" He's like, "You think? Why would I know? She's been with you for the past 2 fucking weeks. How would I know?"
Good God. So, yeah, Jesse's like, "Look, we're pretty much out here because of you." Doing something stupid and getting us in trouble. And I need to get home because I'm going to be a father.
And I'm a good person.
Yeah, I need to go like take care of this of Jackson Hole because I'm going to be the next leader. And the last thing I need to do is die here. And he also says before that he kind of fell in love with somebody that came through one time on the way to Mexico.
Yeah, he had a 2-week fling and fell in love. Like she put the Uchiwali on my man in 2 weeks and he fell in love. Like, come on, bro. It takes like
she was a painter, man. Look, like, bro. She was a painter. Those artists, they get you. They get you better. It's
you know what? It gotta be, because remember, that damn artist got Steve Smith, and that was just a bus ride to fucking on a school trip.
That's all it takes. A little artsy girl, yeah, it works. And he said I could have gone with her. She asked me to go with her, and I asked her to stay, and she couldn't stay. And I could have gone, but I'm the next leader of Jackson Hole, so I had my duty to stay here. And the whole episode is us. They're hammering it in that, like, yeah, everything Jesse does is for the betterment of everybody around him. Ellie is very selfish. Ellie is a selfish person.
No, he tells her that. Period. Yeah, and he says that's why I voted no.
Yeah.
Every action
that was, and Mike called that. He said, I knew that shit the second they voted. I knew he voted.
Hell yeah. He listen, he made it clear from day one. It's been about the community as a whole. So there was no way he was going to send him the best marksman, fucking Tommy. Like the come on now, we're not sending out our good people because you want fucking revenge. Get up out of here.
And I mean, looking at it, yeah, it makes sense that he would feel that way. Like looking at everything as far as like logically, of course Jesse's right. Without Jesse was right or die, how was a homophobe more down for the cause? That man just wanted to see some blood. All right, that's all I got.
Right, that man just had an issue going on that he just needed to fix. That's what that's all about.
Oh man, look who decided to show up, ladies and gentlemen. The third host for the show. He is main event Mike Ciampa. What's going on, Mike? How you feeling about this show?
First off, I'm always here, motherfucker. First of all. Secondly, what's up, my brothers? How y'all doing?
What's going on, brother?
What up, brother? How you feeling, man?
Like shit, but I'm here.
Hey, man, take it day by day, bro. Glad to see your old face.
Oh, shit. Now I got to be old. Son of a bitch. Cut his mic off.
I love you, brother.
There it is. Look at that shit.
I love you, brother.
Bad.
Brother.
But to answer your question, Mongo, well, you saw my reaction last night. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like that's how we're going to end it? Really? And then when you brought up, well, first of all, how far are you guys? Because I don't want to jump the shark. How far are y'all?
Oh, we just got into them talking about Jesse finding out he's going to be a dad.
Ah, okay. Yeah. This show is fucking awesome. It's amazing. Any other adjective to describe it in a positive way? That's how I feel about this show. Yeah. That's a weird triangle, ain't it? Jesse finding out he's a dad. Ellie wants to be the mom pop of the dad. Dina.
She want to be the pappy.
She want to be the pappy. Dina had a fucking arrow had to get pushed through her goddamn thigh. That was gross.
That's pretty nasty. Yeah.
That was disgusting. And then you see how big the fucking arrow was.
No, it ain't. We've seen worse.
I mean, yeah, but it's still
that doesn't mean it. Yeah, that mean it doesn't suck. It still sucks.
We've seen Theon get his dick chopped off.
Yeah, So again, it's not that we haven't seen worse. It's just that it still sucks.
It's still gross. Like, I mean, we seen the first ever C-section thanks to House of Dragon.
Right.
Look, I saw somebody get his intestines pulled out of his ass via a pool cleaner. So I've seen some crazy shit. That arrow thing is still gross. It's still nasty.
You know what? I don't blame you. I don't want to be the first nigga to die from a crossbow. So I feel it.
What up, Cookies? What up, Betty?
Good God. So yeah, we're learning more and more about what Jesse feels is his duty, and then rain comes down as they're kind of going through Seattle trying to find Tommy, and that's when they start hearing gunshots going off. They go and hide behind some dumpsters, and they see some of these. I don't know if they were wolves or if they were just Fedra, but they grab a Seraphite, this young Seraphite, and he's just there kind of crying and doing his prayers. Yeah. And they just strip him naked and drag him off, and he starts begging and crying. And Ellie says, "We gotta stop him." And Jesse's, "Are you fucking crazy?
Right.
It's not our war. You put us here. This is your fault that we're seeing this.
Right.
And I'm not about to die and leave my kid with just a mom."
And then Ellie tried to guilt him into it. Like, you let a young kid die. It ain't my fucking problem, unfortunately. I hate to tell you that, shorty.
All that happens if we do anything is I also die. Like, that's all that really happens.
Exactly. And die for who? For what? Not a kid that I don't fucking know. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
especially considering what they know about that group. Like, before this happened, they were like disemboweling people. and hanging him.
Right.
So, like, I wouldn't get too
Yeah.
emotional about this. I would not get too
Choked up. Like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. Like, they about to kill your ass, Ellie. Like, hello, they just
Right.
fucking, like you just mentioned, they just shot a fucking arrow through Dina's leg. Same people you want to save, just shot an arrow through Dina's leg. So,
It's
how
like
does that make sense?
with Ellie, yes. And then that's the thing, Kenny. Like with Ellie, sure, she's gotten older. We met her at 14. She's now 19, but she hasn't gained a lick of common fucking sense whatsoever.
Not one bit.
Like she still has that childlike mind of, oh, but we gotta save them and this and that, just full of impulse, And you can tell like Jesse and Dina and Tommy, they're the brains, and she is strictly bronze.
You know what it is too? I think her wanting to save that kid and has a lot to do with the fact that she couldn't save that boy in season 1, the one that turned.
No,
She
Henry.
couldn't save. Yeah, she couldn't save her friend. You know, she was supposed to have been the savior of the world. So that's probably the guilt in her making her want to save everybody now. Just like, I couldn't do what I was supposed to do, so now let me try to do it this way. But at the same time, you're putting a whole bunch of people in fucking danger. So how are you really helping at this point?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you're making, like she's making the situations worse, or attempting in this case, attempting to make a situation worse. Like you're already in the middle of a fucking bloody ass war between these two extreme ass militia groups, and you're talking about trying to save somebody. Like he just said, like they tried to kill Dina not too long ago. Like what the fuck are you thinking about?
Right.
It makes no sense.
Ellie's pussy and revenge drunk. Yeah.
It's a dangerous combination, boy.
Yeah, her brain is not exactly functioning like it's supposed to be right now. But yeah, so they end up going higher up into one of the buildings, and they end up hearing some sniper shots going off, and that's when Jesse realizes that's Tommy. And it's at this point where Ellie realizes, oh, I see where Abby is from what old girl said before. That's what she meant. That's where Abby is. I need to go there. And Jesse's like, well, no, we need to get Tommy and get the fuck out of here. We need to go.
Right.
But Ellie can't let it go. Despite earlier kind of admitting like, yeah, you know, let's go home. Let's go back to Jackson Hole, have this family thing happen. The second she might know where Abby is, she abandons all of that.
Which is why they're in the predicament that they're in right now.
They split, and then that's when they get in their fight, and that's when Ellie brings up him letting a kid die. And of course, like we said, what is he supposed to do? You know, they're not fucking Rambo. You know, it was 6-on-2. So maybe they get a few shots off, maybe they take a few out, but odds are they would go down in a firefight.
Exactly.
And even if they don't, if one survives, then they're alerted a whole beehive of other enemies now. It's a whole issue. This is when Ellie and Jesse split. Jesse's going to get Tommy. Ellie decides to go grab a boat and go try.
On some old Chuck Norris, goddamn, what you call it, American Ninja shit. Like, how you know how to use a boat now, Ellie, to sail the rough seas like that?
That's what's funny is like, not only was it dumb, but like now you're going into the storm of the century on this tiny ass dinghy. You are so driven by revenge. You can't see the fucking death trap this is. Because you got to survive that trip. If the storm isn't there, okay, maybe not, but also they might see you coming. But then there's all the other dangers. It's Ellie is so blinded. She has her fucking blinders on. She only cares about that one thing, and that's what ultimately causes some problems later on. She kind of as she's trying to get there, the boat kind of capsizes near the shore. She drags herself out of the ocean onto the beach, and then she is caught by some seraphites.
Yeah, and they's about to string her ass the fuck up.
Yep. And not only that, it's a little kid that they look at and go, "What do you think?" And right. The kid's like,
"Kill her ass."
Like, oh,
hits it with the Undertaker. But yet you wanted to save them. Now look at your ass, begging for your life.
Let's save the kid. Now look what happens. Yeah. And the only reason they don't string her up and gut her is because they have alarms going off, alerting them that they need to get out and go save some of their members. This gives Ellie time. And again, Ellie has the opportunity here. Like, all right, you know what? I just narrowly avoided death twice.
Let me get my ass back home. Nope, she gets back in the fucking boat.
Yeah, it's not even like she saved herself or she like miraculously pulled something out of her ass. She got lucky twice and still, like, it's this episode we're seeing like Ellie is not really good at this.
No, not at all.
At all. Like Joel and Tommy, I think they were both in Desert Storm. And, you know, Jesse's been trained for this all his life. Ellie hasn't. And you can tell the spots where the spots in her game are, you know?
Even Dina is better at this than her. At least Dina comes up with game plans on what to do. Letting you know what supplies you'll need. Ellie was just going to go in there gun blazing and dying.
And thinking she can get out okay. That's just she's. I think there's a possibility for her to not be this, but she's abandoned like the smarter part of her, and she's never been like intelligent, but like
no,
you can make better decisions.
Ellie is exactly what she was supposed to be. Remember, before she left Fedra, they remember her wanted her to be a soldier.
Yep.
And what do you need to be a good soldier? To be mindless and follow orders.
Yeah, true.
And that's what Abby can do. She can follow orders and kill. You go there, shoot. Okay, that's absolutely perfect for her. Like the game plan all along was for her to be like a major officer within Fedra. So for that to happen, you gotta be, I hate to say it, and I like just how they use a lot of folks in the military. They want mindless soldiers who will go out there and do whatever they want, do what they tell them to do. They want killing machines. They don't want somebody that can think. And that's what Ellie is, and that's what she was being trained for to be in it.
And we see that's how she just became. And so after they get out of that storm, after she miraculously just survives by the fucking grace of God at this point, she goes underground to this little aquarium area where two more of Abby's partners are at. I think, God, is this Owen and Mel? I think.
Yes.
Owen and Mel.
Yes. And she's pregnant.
Mel is pregnant. Yeah. And this was something where my fucking jaw hit the floor when they did this. So Ellie's trying to learn where Abby is, and she gets to drop on them and tries to get Owen to show on the map where she is, and then says, all right. And then she's going to point where Abby is. And if y'all don't point in the same spot, killing you both. Owen says, no, it's okay.
Straight Joe movement. Straight Joe action.
Oh, that is straight from season 1,
Right.
where he did the same thing when they were trying to eat Ellie. The cannibals are going to eat Ellie. He did the exact same shit.
Yep.
Owen says, no, I'll show it to you. And then instead of going for the map, goes for a gun. Boom. Ellie shoots him dead, and the bullet goes through him.
It went through his neck or through his head.
And then gets an artery in Mel's neck.
Right. I know she got hit with the bullet that went through, but where did it hit him originally?
I thought it was his head.
That was a headshot, baby.
Yeah, I thought it was his head. But Jesus
fuck,
Christ.
what bullet was that? Went through a motherfucking skull and
it was a magic bullet, man.
Yeah.
Motherfucker went
down
through her neck and through the damn steel door behind him.
Like, God damn, these bullets are serious. So Owen is dead immediately. Mel drops down and she goes, oh shit. Okay, come here. You're gonna have to do something for me. You're gonna have to do this. And I was like, what do you need me to do? I got a baby in me. You gotta take it out, or it's gonna die. You gotta take it out, take care of it. And Ellie just doesn't do it.
Right, she just doesn't do it. And then when Tommy and her asses get in there, she's like, yeah, no thank you. Like, so all that shit you was talking about Jesse, and yet you don't save a life?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, and really it's Jesse didn't do it because they had no choice. Ellie didn't do it because for half she doesn't know what to do, but also she doesn't fucking care.
Right. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Like they were part of the group that's with Abby that killed Joe. So why the fuck should she care? And by the way, when she had the knife near Mel's belly, boy, I started getting PTSD. I started thinking about the dragon. I'm like, no, I gotta see this again. Oh no!
It's like every 2 years they give us a C-section.
Like this is a more modern C-section. Like, oh great, thank you, thanks a lot, thanks, Theo.
Yeah. Tommy and Jesse show up. Jesse has saved Tommy by himself, while Ellie's almost died 3 times now.
Right.
And like, let's just go home. Let's just
go
low
key, because low key Jesse is cockeyed and Rambo. This motherfucker this nigga's cockeyed and Rambo because he doesn't survive every fucking thing. Okay? Tracking people down, finding safe spots. This motherfucker's John Rambo.
Yeah. They get back to the theater that they're hiding out at, and Ellie's kind of explaining what's going on and why they came after Joel, which pisses people off because, you know, they thought Joel got hunted down for something entirely different. And it's not that they don't want to get revenge for their friend, regardless of what would have happened. It's just they're like, well, fuck, we thought they were like mindless psychopaths that caught him off guard. You know, like this is completely different.
Low-key, Jesse was like, this shit was justified, and I came out here and risked my fucking neck for this shit.
Yeah, and he had a right to say that. He had a right to be upset. Dina is in the other room, and Tom's like, well, you need to just be able to live with the fact that you're not going to be able to get Abby. Are you okay with that? And she said, I'll have to be.
Yeah, well, do it. Abby had other plans.
Yep. So Tommy goes to the back to go help Dina pack up, and then they hear a commotion. So Ellie and Jesse run into the other room. Boom! Jesse's dead. One shot to the head, dead.
After he just gave the speech about how he's a good person.
Yep. Because in this world, being a good person doesn't mean shit.
But hold on.
All right.
Did y'all mention him admitting that he voted no in that council meeting?
We did. We
Yeah,
did.
we
and
did.
we gave you credit for calling.
Thank you. Now I just want to float a little bit because I told y'all, motherfucker, I seen it in that man's face. I said, I knew it. I knew that motherfucker said no. I knew it. When they had those conversations, I said, yeah. I'm thinking to myself, he's preparing himself to be the next Tommy. Now later, he admitted, he's being groomed to be the next Maria. But I knew all along he said no. I said, this motherfucker can't be trustworthy because he's all about the community. He wasn't trying to hear what Ellie was talking about. Because in that community in Jackson, they are groomed to think about the whole entity.
Which is what you should be doing, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
In all honesty, yeah, pretty much.
In all honesty, this is an apocalypse that's happening right now. And you're living in a community that's thriving, surviving, and keeping you alive. Yeah, your focus should be to try to make sure that community stays afloat.
Yeah. But if you're on Ellie's side of things, you're thinking, you motherfucker. So again, it brings me back to the topic that I brought originally.
Ellie got a lot of nerve, though. Ellie got a lot of nerve. How the fuck can she hate Jesse? She fucking his girl behind his back, trying to take his baby, got him into some shit. Like, you got a lot of fucking nerve to be mad that he voted no. Like, before you were planning on raising his baby.
Yeah. But again,
you and your toxic hoes planning on running away and raising his baby without him knowing.
So we're off the fucking Pink Pony Club over here. This is ridiculous.
So that brings the question that I have: is he one of the few good ones? Is he one of the few good people? Because there are a lot of shitty people in this show. It goes back to who's good and who's not.
What did we learn in Game of Thrones season 1? Being a good person doesn't mean dick.
No, it doesn't.
What do we learn in this season right here at the end of this episode? Being a good person doesn't mean shit.
That means shit.
Because he is, I would say, in this show, the best person as far as morality goes. I would say Jesse's pretty much up there, along with Tommy's wife, Maria. I think they're pretty much the same person because he was being groomed to be like her as a leader. And she was someone that always took in whoever was coming across. So I think those two were up there. But we see here, that morality does not save you from anything. He got a quick but cruel death. It was fast, but it's very cruel.
Right.
So ladies and gentlemen, what is that? So especially, ladies and gentlemen, what should that teach you? Nice guys finish last. Don't be nice to people. It'll fuck you over every time.
What did I just say, Mongo? What did I just say? I just said that's why I'm a dick every single day.
Yeah. It don't pay to be nice. It don't pay to be nice.
It don't. You get fucked over every single goddamn time. So yeah.
But
I just wanted to bring a little bit.
Oh, I mean, no, you should get Cookies is giving you your new nickname for all your recent words lately.
Oh my God! What the hell did Cookie said? Oh Lord!
He called you Negos Regos, nigga.
You know what, Cookies? I'll take it, goddammit. Shit. I will take it.
Good Lord, look at this on Bianca right now. Good grief.
So,
Mike, you are missing something special on SmackDown right now, brother.
Hey, brother, I just got home, so I'm about to fly to my living room.
Hold on.
Both of y'all, hurry up now.
So Jesse gets shot immediately as they enter this room. And Abby has Tommy at gunpoint. Ellie is down on the ground. And then Ellie stands up and Abby goes to shoot. Bang. We cut back in time to Abby's perspective
of Seattle, day one.
In Seattle, day one. Yep.
Yeah.
So the next season is going to be all Abby, all 7 episodes of Abby.
Boo hoo 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 hoo.
And that's when Mongo saw me in the chat go, wait, what? This is what we're getting? Okay.
Imagine how I felt. I watched this shit 3 days before y'all motherfuckers. I saw this shit Sunday. As it was fuck the pay-per-view.
This is what I knew was happening. I just didn't watch it in time. This is one of the things I said it when Joel died. I was like, there's gonna be something else that happens this season. And damn it, I was correct. I was right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is how the season ends. And
well, some bullshit.
Mike, I was talking to Kenny about how right around here in the game is again a spot where they make you take over as Abby. They're gonna really try and hammer home the point that Joel deserved everything he got.
Of course.
They're going to try and convince us that, you know, that doctor might have had a good chance to make that cure. But before that, so the writer of the show is retconning how this happens. In the first game, when you're at the hospital, Joel finds like evidence that they've tried this several times before and failed. In the second game, you find out that Abby's dad is a fucking veterinarian.
Wow.
So he's not even a fucking surgeon.
Oh.
Again, who's lying and who's telling the fucking truth?
So like he's not the scientist that would like figure out the cure, you know? He's not like the kind of whatever ologist that would be. He's a vet.
Okay. Here's the thing. Joe deserved to die. He deserved to die the way he did. I'm not gonna lie. At the end of the day, I'm not saying I wouldn't have done what Joe did, because we all know, I've said it 1,000,001 times, I definitely would have done what Joe did.
Oh my God, look at
I think we've all
baby Bianca. Good.
I told you.
God.
I think we've all said that about Joel. Was like, look, was it the right thing to do? No, but damn it, would have done the same shit.
Right. Exactly, Cookies. He absolutely deserved to get his head beat in and stabbed in the throat and everything like that.
Lord, now I want some orange soda.
Right, looking like a great glass of sun kiss right there. Good grief. But what you call it? He deserved to die.
Yeah.
Now he shot innocent people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot and a lot of them.
Right. The whole operating room technically was innocent.
Yeah, you can say whatever about the Fireflies, but there are people on there that never harmed a fly.
Right, literally, like these.
And then this season, when they did the flashback episode, we saw like how fucked up thing he did with Eugene. I was like, God damn, man, can you?
Yeah.
Calm down. Can you relax for a second?
I mean,
and Ellie.
Hold on. What he did with Eugene was correct though. I'm not going.
I don't know if I would say it's correct. I think lying to the guy about it and then
lying to the wife,
and then trying to get Ellie to lie with you, like
that. Honestly, Ellie should have minded her motherfucking business at that point. At that point, Ellie should have minded her motherfucking business, because Ellie got to understand she's immune. So her being immune, it takes her. She's not going to turn, and even if she was going to turn, it's going to take so much longer. When those other people get bit, they asses is turning in 15 minutes. By the time he got that motherfucker back to Jackson Hole, he wouldn't have been able to say shit to his wife except.
And then do you want? Does she want to see her husband turn in front of her?
Right? Do you want to see your husband get his fucking dome blown off? Because that's what's gonna happen.
Like at least this time you didn't see it. You know, you didn't watch it happen. You just
He talking about he got something to say to his wife. By the time they drug his ass back, all he would have said was. I don't know what the fuck language that is.
To help the situation. Nothing Ellie says helps the situation.
That's the sound of death. That's the language of death.
Right, yo, like, and Ellie's part of the reason why the fucking therapist hated Joe. If she'd have just kept her fucking mouth shut, she wouldn't have had shit. She'd have been able to give Joe better fucking therapy and not tell him, you know what, get the fuck out of my face. I don't care about you.
But see, that's the thing though. It all happens because Joe is a fucking he's a chronic ass liar. All of this stems from Joe.
He is a habitual liar, yes. However, he tells the type of lies that are. He tells the type of lies your mom used to tell you to sugarcoat shit with certain things. Like with the therapist, he gave her a sugar-coated dream. He didn't want to tell her, look, your husband was about to fucking turn, and if I'd have brought him back here, he'd have tried to eat all of us, so I put an end to it.
Like, look, you don't want to see your loved one turn in front of you and then me blow his brains out. It's not
right. Like, and then on top of that, if they'd have brought him back, remember they was gonna flame his ass. They had blowtorches ready for those fucking shit too.
Yeah. It was gonna be a traumatic day, regardless.
Yeah. Right. They was
Joel
tried to make his
ass. You're right. Joel tried to make it as clean and simple as he possibly could.
It was a humane death, actually.
Honestly, yeah. Like, I would have. That's why we keep saying, like, yeah, was Joel a dick? Yes. But what would you have done? Same shit?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same shit. And, like, Ellie should have kept her motherfucking big head, mouth, ass closed.
She's a good ass therapist, though, because she still saw us as, hey, she's sticking to her code, I guess. I mean.
Listen, you pay me a weed, I still do, you know what I'm saying? You can still hang out too.
I'll tell you everything you want to know. I'm gonna hate you, but I'll tell you everything you need to know.
That thing about, like, yeah, Eugene used to bring better weed than this. It definitely hits more now that you're like, oh,
yeah,
that's what that meant.
Yeah.
They got Naomi on here crying, tears. Ooh.
We're gonna talk about this next week since this isn't the wrestling show. But what about Mariah May going to WWE? Huh?
Yes, Lord.
I'm
kind of shocked by it. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, greetings from Manchester. Welcome from
what's going on, brother?
Mariah. You know what? I'm all for it because Mariah May isn't bad in the ring, so it's definitely gonna help. Where they put her is another story. Is she going directly to the main roster? Because they just emptied out NXT quick.
They did, and that's the thing. And we'll get into it more Monday. But I don't know where she goes. I guess she could go to NXT, but would she want to go to NXT? I would assume they paid her a shit ton to get her out of AEW. So like the reason that that Julia and Jordan and Stephanie left so fast is because they were getting main roster money.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to keep them there. They're going to have to do a lot to get me to care about Abby. I don't want to see it now. That's
Good God, Jay.
That's the hard part. That's the hard part. And that game is, I'll be honest, that fucking second game is the most depressing shit I have ever seen in my life. It's a depressing game from start to finish. It's 60 hours of just sadness. So I don't know what they can do to make you care about Abby before the next season starts. I really don't know.
There's nothing you can make me do to care about Abby. She got her revenge. End of story.
I will say that there's something that they didn't do in this show, and I don't know why this was the point where they're like, it's just too far. There's a dog that Abby's crew has that like you play with or whatever, and like you throw toys with and go sleep with, and you as Ellie you randomly kill a dog that attacks you, and they're like, Biscuit, no! Like, oh god, that was Biscuit. They didn't do that and they said, yeah, we thought killing a dog was too far. Like, you thought killing a dog was too far? We just saw you fry some dude's like nutsack on a hot plate or on a hot pan before blowing his brains out 4 episodes ago, and now shooting a dog is too far. Okay, all right, whatever.
Listen, you know, killing dogs is the limit. Look at Ghost from fucking Game of Thrones. We was all like, yo, why nobody want Ghost? Remember that other dog that got kicked?
Yep.
We were fucking furious when that dog got kicked.
Right. So,
but I think that's the point where back then they were like, this will make people want to side with the person that didn't stab the dog. I'm like, well, I guess, but does it make you want to support Abby? I don't know. I don't think so. Mongo really wants that dog dead. No, I'm just saying.
Absolutely not. I don't give a fuck about Biscuit. All right, kisses, and get the fuck out of here.
It's so fun because like you played as Abby for a while, so like you learned the names of her friends. So like when you're Ellie and you kill some random person, like, oh, Jim! I'm like, oh fuck, Jim was cool. Shit, I feel bad I killed Jim. And then you shoot the dog. Oh god, Biscuit! Thank God, it's not Biscuit. I'm just thinking of like the American dog, the American dad name.
Kisses.
Is it no Biscuit from Dick when his
dog back yeah, he was his ex-wife back. Yes.
I can't remember the dog's name, but it's that stuff they try to pull in the game to make you like, oh fuck, maybe I do care about that group. You don't. You just feel bad because a dog got killed. So I don't know. That's why I wanted to hear you and Mike say if y'all are still, because we're still gonna watch. I don't think we're stopping. Yeah, we're gonna stop watching. I'm not gonna. But are you like less
the same interest?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
You are less interested because you don't want this. It's a whole season of this. Like you're gonna have.
Yeah, I don't. Like this season and the first season, I made it a point to, no matter where I was at, to make sure I was in front of a television Sunday nights at 9:00. Hell, I was in another state. I was in fucking Michigan and in a hotel, and I made sure to find a way to watch this shit. So, with that being said, Abby does not interest me at all. At all. Like, her whole story is told already. They told us they had this dude tell us that Abby's supposed to be the next in charge. So, okay, that's one story. She was looking we found out that the doctor was her dad. That's another story that we got. She was looking for Joel and wanted revenge. There's another story. All of her stories have been completed right now. So we don't need to look at anything from her. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, Patty. Relax. Chill out. He says, I think season 1 and 2 has been some of the best television ever made. That is, we've all been pretty high on this show.
Yeah.
When it comes to like video game adapting into it's always tough. A lot of adaptations end up shitting the bed. I do think this is the standard bearer of like live action going from a game to a show. I do think because they've nailed so far what it was experiencing at the first game, second game. The first game is, you're getting to this emotional journey of Joel and his surrogate daughter, essentially learning to be a dad again. And then the second game, you're just depressed every goddamn 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
they're nailing it. I can't deny that.
So far, I think we've done a good job with picking TV shows, and the ones that have been adaptations from one thing going into another. We've found 3 really good shows where they've gone from one adaptation to television, and it's worked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say I like this over. I think Interview with the Vampire is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
These two are, but this and House of the Dragon is also fantastic. But Interview with the Vampire for me is still just. They hold nothing back in that show. Jesus Christ. They don't give a shit.
Listen, when the first time I saw it and I said, fellas, they out here beating each other up butt naked fucking in the sky. I was like, yeah, right. I'm like, okay, you'll see.
These vampires are the original 69 gods, okay?
No, freaky ass motherfucker, 69 gods. Like,
good God.
I think Mongo saw that shit and said, "Oh, ain't this on A&E? What's going on?"
I didn't know they could show this. That's more than they show on HBO.
Right.
Hey, A&E is like, we don't give a fuck no more. Shit, here we go. We are going balls to the walls, literally.
That was damn near penetrations. What we got, that shit, it was brutal. I think that'll do it for this. I do want to ask y'all. So this is season 2 has wrapped up. Season 3 is Abby. So season 3 is going to be Abby. A very good friend of mine told me what he thinks season 3. This is how season 3 is going to end. So Abby's story is going to play all the way up to when she had Ellie at gunpoint, and then she's going to take the shot, and it's going to go black again, and then that's the end of season 3.
Oh, it better fucking not. It better fucking not.
It better fucking not do that again.
It better fucking not. It better fucking not. Like, you better not end 2 fucking seasons with the same episode. They would completely lose me if they did that.
I heard that and I was like, why would you speak that into existence? Why would you even joke about that? Oh, good God. I keep even saying that. Fair.
Exactly.
Fair. All right, guys. I think that'll do us for this. We're going to be looking into some more shows that are coming out soon. But for now, that's The Last of Us Season 2. That's the end of the Dead Men Talking podcast for now. We'll be back Monday to get back into what we do best, which is talk about professional wrestling.
Right.
We have some news. Of course, obviously the Mariah May thing being one of the bigger news stories of the weekend. We'll get into that on Monday. You can follow us Facebook.com/UnderTheRingPod and Twitch.tv/UnderTheRingPod. You go there, give us a like, give us a follow. You'll know when we go live. You'll get notifications. We're live Mondays through Thursdays, Monday through Wednesday, 6-ish. Have you on the ish? Thursdays, 9-ish. And then whenever we do these, sometime over the weekend, it really depends on scheduling and everything else. But if there are other shows you're curious in us reviewing, by all means, put them in the comments, whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're at, let us know. You can also get us at Linktree and fingertip/UnderTheRingPod to get our personal links. I am at Greg Bush SK on Twitter and just Greg Bush on Blue Sky. Your current reigning Reggie Simpson Memorial Predictions champion,
the King
at Rock Ribs 44. I'm never gonna hear the end of that shit. Good God! If you make it through next weekend, oh my God!
It's gonna be unbearable. I'm gonna come on here looking with a roll board and some glasses and just be like, yeah, that motherfuckers can't beat me. Yeah.
We also got Mike Ciampa at Mr. Freshbeard. We've got our double champion, the Are You Fucking Serious quiz champion, and the Forever Intercontinental champion, Matty Reigns at The Right Answer. We've got Tito at Border Maliente, our street team captain. We've got Justin D. Baxley, our good friend and Florida Gator. I'm surprised that blue is not burning his skin at this point. CK all the way.
You know,
Cookies.
CK, baby. Cookies and candy, the Kangs.
That's
Kangs.
I don't like it at all. Thank you so much for joining us for all this. We will see you for hopefully less depressing talks.
Right.
That's the dream. Until then, have a great weekend, folks. Enjoy yourselves. And most importantly, do the damn Don.
Hey. It's a great show, y'all. Hey, it's a great show, y'all. Hey, we love zombies. Hey, we'll see y'all Monday. Hey, have a great weekend. Don't do nothing.